Hello, so this is the water displacement challenge help video. So if you had questions about this challenge, you're watching the right thing. So let's go ahead and launch our gizmo. So if you have noticed that something says time's up, or if there was like a counter over here, that means that you're not logged in. So if you go over here, your username and password, you set it up on Tuesday. So go ahead and log in, and then you never have to worry about time. So if you have a time limit over here somewhere, that means you're not logged in. So go ahead and get logged in. All right, so for the water displacement challenge, get the gizmo ready. Select free exploration. Awesome. Return all objects to the cabinet. All right, let's return all objects to the cabinet. Drag the large sphere, the overflow cup, the 250 milliliter beaker, the 50 milliliter graduated cylinder, and the magnifier onto the counter. Introduction. Have you ever climbed into a tub and seen the water rise? The amount the water rises is related to your size. The bigger you are, the more water will rise. This method is called water displacement and can be used to measure volume. So we're going to use water displacement to measure the volume of an object. So get the gizmo ready, place the overflow cup under the faucet, fill it until the water starts to flow out of the spout. So I'm going to fill it until water starts to come out of the spout. And then I don't want any water in my beaker, so I'm going to empty it real quick. And then place the 250 milliliter beaker next to the overflow cup so that the spout of the overflow cup is over the beaker. There you go. If necessary, empty the beaker into the sink. So place the sphere into the overflow cup, causing water to pour over into the beaker. I'm going to drop the sphere in there. I'm going to take my beaker and empty it into the graduated cylinder. I'm going to take my magnifying glass, go over the water line, and look to see how much it is. So our first question, what is the volume of water in the graduated cylinder? So looking here, we can see it's in between 20 and 30 milliliters. It's past this 25 midline. So we got 25, 26, 27. And we always measure from the bottom of this dip of this meniscus. And so it's in between 26 and 27. So I'm actually going to put 26.5 and milliliters. So then, based on the answer to that and above, and the idea of finding volume with the water displacement method, what is the volume of the sphere? So since this sphere displaced 26.5 milliliters of water, that means that its volume is 26.5. Explain, why does the water volume in the graduated cylinder match the sphere's volume? So go ahead, take this and give your own explanation. So there is no perfect way to explain this. However you want to explain this, just explain why the water volume in the graduated cylinder matches the sphere's volume. And then practice. Using what you've learned, find the volume of the rock. So go ahead and write down the volume of the rock and then describe how you found it. So just describe this process on the next page. You can find the volume of an object using just a graduated cylinder if you don't have access to an overflow cup. This technique works if the object you are measuring is small enough to fit into the graduated cylinder. So return the overflow cup and the 25 milliliter graduated cylinder to the cabinet. Take out the 100 milliliter graduated cylinder and the pipette. Fill the 100 milliliter graduated cylinder to exactly 40 using the beaker and the pipette. So you have to fill this up so we can use this to get the water in the pipette. So go ahead, get that pipette water, come over here, and we want it to be exactly 40. All right, so we're looking for the bottom of that meniscus, that scoop, to be on the 40 milliliter line. So now, drag the rock into the 100 milliliter graduated cylinder, use the magnifier to read the new volume. Let's take our rock, drop it in our cylinder, and oh, it shot up. So what is the current water volume in the graduated cylinder? So that's in between 40 and 50. And then it goes up by 2s here. So it's just below that 48 mark. So I'm going to say 47.9 milliliters. All right. How much has the water volume changed in the graduated cylinder? So it started at 40 and it went to 47.9. So it's changed by 7.9. Based on your answers to A and B, what is the volume of the rock? So based on this answer, I would say the volume of the rock is 7.9. And then use the same method to find the volume of the marble. So do the same exact thing as what was above and try to find the volume of the marble. And then lastly, when measuring the volume of the marble, why is it better to use the 25 milliliter graduated cylinder than the 100 milliliter graduated cylinder? And that's it. Don't forget to submit both of these, the other assignment as well as this challenge, in the assignment links.